you know.
Sure not.
So as we come in here, the big ones to look for, of course, is still ENCE. They still have the chance here. They've been really solid before. They could easily do again. We have to look at Rahen, of course, who are completely destroying it. Well, they did in the first game, not as much in the second. But then, of course, Tempus and Hakkapeliitta are still our, you know, top 2 picks almost, you know?
Yeah. I mean, oof, yeah.
Top players by damage dealt, Sillers at 5,837. And guys, honestly, I'm not surprised.
I mean,
It's Sillers.
I mean, I think they've been at the top now for 2 weeks now. All those 3 people. So I mean, and what is it? It's Rahen, it's Tempus, and it's Hakkapeliitta. So I mean,
Yeah.
Now we know why. I believe if we would have gone top 4, I think Skuike from ENCE would have been there as well because he was in the top 3 last week. But I mean, yeah,
It could say is, hey, we've lost miserably 2 games in a row because of our rotations. That's all, right? We're not bad at fighting. It's just we had awful times, you know, in our rotations. So let's get that early rotation going. And I like that. You know, you have to be able to change on your feet to look at that He-Man. What is this? It's a delivery of EC Skyr, and that's not the yogurt.
That is a yogurt.
But that's not a yogurt.
They are not
I
yogurts.
remember you.
You guys know that, at least Alex. I'm pretty sure they've removed the shotgun and also the M249.
Oh,
It's no longer in the pack. You can pick it up normally, and they've nerfed it slightly.
that is
So
an
you can
interesting
run
change.
every team can run around with 4 M249.
So sorry, but Sillers, come on! I mean, sorry to cut you off, RTL, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not even phased anymore. That's why I kept on talking. It's just like it's just common practice by now. It's just like okay, he's killing people. Let's move on. Discuss something else.
So they just lean back and like, oh, look, on the kill field, like, oh, Sillers, like 1, 2, 3, like, oh, look, Sillers is at it again.
Run.
I think Sillers were like the cornerstone, right? Like everyone played around Sillers doing his thing, kinda. That's such a big mix-up, and I feel that Meteor Makers, I mean, they are one of the 3 teams I noted down as what happened, you know? That said, let's see what's going on, because Apex right now are just tearing into Tempus. Wookie is down, and that's Clib as well.
Okay, that's kind of messy, actually, in terms of the response from them. The fact that they didn't just immediately hit the deck, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're a bit confused on where the fire's coming from. But 1 man confirmed killed, and Clib's still knocked down.
The Clib is dead. Wookie.
Oh, pardon me, yeah.
Pixels coming up there on the left side. I feel like they were in the compound, and they kind of heard them pull up with the cars, and they wanted to get the jump on them. But little did they know that they already knew that they were going to push up. So it felt like they got a bit, overturned in terms of the surprise factor.
And that's the thing, like, I was giving Apex a bit of crap before, but now they're getting active. Tommel, though, with the response, he kills Simsi, that's a confirm. Now, he's all alone, there's no one to back him up, and they know his position now. That gives some space, though, to Pixel, and he wants to pick up Wookie.
Yeah, because of that knock and the kill that they actually got.
Oh, look at Kluba, sorry, but he's killing intense. Actually,
Third.
Samurai, Granite are coming in from way up above, and they're getting the kill.
Such big help for Tempus there that they get the team that actually pushed them gets. I mean, Tommel with the first knock, of course, but then forcing that rotation into the Granite, who just keeps on knocking them. It's so harsh.
That's the thing. On Miramar, as soon as you take that team fight, if you're on a high ground, if you're at all visible, you gotta be ready for shots from the back.
You need to just have that as a rule. Like, okay, we got a knock, and then we just go. Like, as soon as you got a knock, if you can't confirm that kill, just go for it. And just move. Oh, hello, Desp. Hello, Desp. Oh,
wow.
no, wait, hello? Wait, what?
Des!
Huh?
I love it! Mixon and Twite are both knocked down. I mean, Van could easily now just go for those 2 kills if he wants to, or just let them bleed out, who cares? Eyeball it. Oh, man. What a travesty.
Oh, Desp gets 1 and Vandal gets the other. Oh, that is hilarious.
Oh,
Mixon helped him. Oh, my God.
He kills Twite and then he just runs him over.
Yeah, that was Desp's face when he ran him over, basically.
Oh, man.
Oh, Christ.
So, let's see here. Tempus still alive at 3 members. They managed to get out of here. Granite now are not anymore attacking into Apex.
No. I mean, the thing is, Smiley Face is such a good position in this zone. And, I mean, but they're so split. Like, it's going to be... They need to fight anytime soon.
I'm looking forward to it. I think right now, anyone who can get the frags on Tempus is going to be so happy. especially since you still have the opportunity to take down the leader in the following weeks. But Tomo with the final shot there on Beamy. Pixon will not be knocked, and Beamy is dead. Where are his teammates? He was going in alone against that.
I think it's just the same thing that happened last week as well. Last team fight. They thought that they had the upper hand against
Leave Desp, or they, in this case, as they should.
They
They should just all join together.
Yeah, they're coming back for him.
Yeah, but you shouldn't go one-on-one, because Klubba right now, he's tearing into Honey, I believe. Felix is trying to help.
From the top of things, you can actually see that the flank coming in from Granite is at least going to lead into a 1-for-1 trade. Zone is also coming in a little bit closer. So Klubba is actually quite far disconnected from this one. And Eyeballers still have a man advantage. It's a 3 versus 2 now, effectively.
Yeah, and the thing is, they should be able to pick up a Vand, but no one is going to be able to pick up Samarak, right? So Klubba and Wes are going to be completely split up. Only 2 members left in their team. Yeah. This is a sad sight.
I was about to say, they know that Wes is behind them, and they're outside the zone, and it's taking, so they just need to wait for him. But
that's a big one.
Yeah, but the fact that he gets Desp here means that he now has an avenue to enter.
Yeah. He can just run along the shoreline and it will be fine.
Things get so awkward with these weird zones where you just keep fighting on the edge of the zone, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hold your horses, boys.
Evil Knievel right here.
So look at that. Silla's dying in isolation.
Yeah.
That's a very big loss here for Hakipolitas.
Did they not see them rotate in front of them?
No, I don't think so. They were relatively quick to make their way down there, to be fair.
Yeah.
So I think it makes sense that you want to always spot them coming down.
Yeah, and I think you kind of just free. So who are you? Being very quiet this game. They're going to be coming in from behind here on Eyeballers, and this is Granite's one chance actually, because Vand is down. Hani has to be careful now. Vand dead as well. This is perfect for Granite.
I have no idea. Like it just feels like Every time we spectate any other team, it just feels like everyone is such a bad spot in terms of rotating in. Like it just feels like they have no plan, or that the plan that they have is just not good enough for them to deviate from it. Like if something happens and the plan doesn't work, they just now we've died. Now we're dead.
Yeah,
just not very flexible.
No.
We have some of these teams who go centralized quite well in the zone. But the rest, I mean, everyone who's coming in from outside, it's such scrappy fights they're turning into.
Yeah, at the same time, though, I think that one thing that we generally notice as a standard convention at this level of play is that for especially some of the teams that made it in now from the last season's like regional division, some of them have just not found their footing.
Yeah.
Because I think that just a step up in terms of
the brackets, rather. It's one of those things where, as you say, Lucas, even if you're in a better position, that doesn't guarantee you the win whatsoever, as some of these teams are just brutal in fights. And just think of Silas, like, sure, he died now, but like he can easily grab 1-2 kills by himself with a few good shots, and you're not even ready for it, right? So if you're one of the top teams right now, you got to be so careful for anything.
Yeah, because if you recall to the last season that we had with Stellar and Tempus when they came in, even though they did underperform for our expectations in Season 3, we had instances of where they went in for these big breaks. Like one that I'll never forget is the one from when they were on Erangel, right? And we were just north of the power plant, or actually sort of that we east of Stalber, and we had Granite actually hold up in a house.
Yeah.
And Stellar were just like, kill those men, and they just went straight in and took the compound.
Yeah, and they just do it instantaneously.
Yeah,
it's so clean.
And like that kind of thing to bring to the table when you have teams that don't really play versus that level of a concentrated aggression, it holds a lot of shock value, and I think we do see instances of that here. But I've been ranting on for quite some time.
It's a good point.
Hakipolitas do go down here in 13th place, and Granite follows them closely by in 12th.
Yeah, what a way to go, though. Hakipolitas, I gotta say, like, I'm being harsh on them, but I was expecting at least 1 or 2 great games from them, absolutely fantastic games, considering last week and the way they've been playing so aggressively, and they're really good at finding these frags, especially Silas opening today. But, yeah, they're underperforming right now. It's unfortunate, but that gives space, of course, for some of the other teams, like Meteor Makers, who really need a break.
End's actually taking the fight here now to Who Are You, because they need to win this to have a safe spot into the zone. And they actually get the first knocks as well. So, I mean, they just need to go on the hunt right now and just take a position inside the zone where you're comfortable and then just look for them on the bottom side. you don't want to run too long, because as you can see, like Tempus and those guys, they're looking. So I mean, if you go too far, you're gonna get knocked from the side as well. Just be glad you got the 2 knocks. You're not gonna get any more. Like, you just into the zone with you.
Yeah. Well,
okay,
I
never
feel
mind.
though,
He actually lobbed in a nade just because I said so. But
yeah, they're finding the knocks, which is, I think the thing is they don't want to have Who Are You right next to them. The problem is they're taking too long. Like, I was going to say they're efficient. They're not efficient enough, because right next to them are Rehab Bros, a 4-man team coming up straight from behind, and they can't deal with this at the same time as they have to clean up Hanses. This is some dangerous stuff, especially exactly on the edge of the zone.
yeah, Yellow though, he actually knocked Rehab Bros, and I believe that they heard and saw the knock. So Ens is actually moving up towards them now and taking the second fight.
Now, that's a good start, though. They get Enski, and it's going to be Mikas and Krisika 2-on-4 now against Ens. Their chances after those 2 knocks completely demolished. And, well, this should be Ens's fight to win.
Yeah, 4v2. They haven't got anyone really in a position where they can threaten them with a big third party either. They could just dance back behind this ridge line. But they need to move quite quickly, and it seems as if they are being a little bit hesitant. But yeah, Rehab Bros, they're not going to be able to make any recovery here, so they've been shaved down to 2 players. At the end of the day, Ents now
Barricaded themselves inside that house and trying to find another way to rotate in. Smiley Face has a perfect position in the zone where they want to go, and they have Wookie Bookie, who actually, he even got a car now, or a bike, to be able to sit on that flank position before, and just like, everywhere they go, they're going to get shot at, and they need to be able to do this cleanly if they want to get into the top 3, because there's going to be a lot of four-man teams left in the zone, I think.
Well, Tempus right now with 3 players have gone into the center of the zone, basically, on the low ground right there. At the same time, we do see Reine losing a few members, and Wear Team eliminated at 11th, with Squire finally dying now. So 3 Danes struggling. A lot of these teams actually struggling, but these teams that have gone centralized, I'm thinking Smiley a bit, I'm thinking, I'm thinking Clueless. They're doing fine. That's a nice nade, though, from Krisika. Rehab Bros still alive and fighting.
Yeah, the fact that they're pushing in here from the north should give enough space for Ens to also make the move back in. Smiley Face in a bit of a tough position now. Close range. Krisika's actually going to win that duel very handily. And this is going to leave them with only 1 player on his feet. Magebane has to just leg it. But he's going to head down south, further in towards the center of the zone. But remember, this is moving downhill. And there are going to be squads coming in there from the south who want to move upwards instead. So there's a very big chance he actually has a pretty unfortunate run in here with any of the other guys coming on in. And now Ents also making themselves a part of this one. That's going to be Squeaky to open things up. Krisika goes down. And essentially a 4 versus 2 as Krisika isolated out over towards the outside.
It's going to be very hard to pick their teammates up. Diggory, though,
oh, never mind.
is taken out.
He got knocked at least. I think he's getting a rest though, but yeah. End's just trying to rotate down towards the east side to make sure that they're not getting flanked, and then just, I mean, they are in the zone for now. We're gonna see where it shifts. Yeah, okay. So now they're gonna, I think they're gonna abandon the fact that Rehab Bros is there. They're just gonna go far east all the way into Who Are You, and just try to clear up that that whole situation, and just make sure that they get the ridge to fight from.
It's such a scrappy situation on the western side, though. We have Clueless here with Purdycurdy, Flamey and Rip still alive, but Meteor Maker is right above them, connecting with Rehab Bros. You have 3 Danes still fighting right left to them, and we see some trades going on back and forward. There goes Luke, for instance. There's so much back and forth here on the western flank.
Yeah, my concern is, watching this unfold, is that if they get locked in a battle that goes on for too long, they've got 10 seconds before the zone starts moving on in. And remember, we already have Smiley Face who are taking a prime position bang in the center. So once they start moving in, not only are they going to be doing so while fighting their way through, they're going to immediately have to contend by effectively walking into a waiting third party.
Yeah, although there's only Magebane left, I feel that he's still dangerous enough that if you're not ready, you can easily just get the spray on you.
You've got Granite there as well, right? So
yeah, I think so.
No, not Granite, pardon me. You've got Tempus there as well, who have the 3 players. So there's going to be a lot of difficulty now for these remaining teams over towards the outskirts to make their way in, but they're still fairly busy with one another. Floy very, very low. If this zone touches him, he's dead, and there you go.
Yeah, he's out. Some great shots here from Purdycurdy as well. And, well, Rehab Bros and Meteor Makers have been in this constant fight, but Meteor Makers are going to get the short end of the stick. Krisika's got to be careful. He needs to join together with Horseman. At the same time, I think ENCE are going to try soon enough to start either pushing in or take that top position.
I mean, they've shifted in now from the northeast, so they actually have a fairly good spot, and especially so with the fact that Smileyface are only down to the one man, shouldn't be too much of a problem for them. It's just about if they keep it together or not. We'll have to see. But yeah, they're fairly comfortable, I think, where they are.
Yeah, I mean, they heard Ria Bros fight as well and saw them getting knocked, so they know that they moved a bit further west, which made it comfortable for them to move in and maybe split up a bit more. They have people everywhere just to get this information, but now, like, they need to, if they want to take a fight, they need to definitely play with the surprise factor. If they don't get the first knock, it's going to be hard, because if they get knocked instead, they need to be compact. Like, if they keep playing spread out, it's going to be so hard for them to stay together and keep themselves alive.
From two Danes, you see Monster hiding all alone in the shed. Purdy looking like he wants to check it out. And oh yeah, they see him.
He knows.
Oh, Monster gets ripped. He kills Rip. What is going on?
Oh, that is
oh dear.
so bad.
Yeah, the fact that he gets away with that one is actually kind of messy here. Would have really liked to clean that one up.
Man here who's actually gone really far aggressively to the side here.
Yeah, YMCA just cleaning up who are you. And on that note, I think ENCE is going to try and find the first knock here on YMCA.
Attacked here by Tempus. They're still trying to shoot straight into ENCE, but they can't find Tixu at all.
I mean, yeah, Tixu is actually going to get rest now, I think. And Rustamar is just laying here in like a defensive position. He's just waiting for someone to be a bit too aggressive just to make sure that he can get that knock and even finish maybe.
And well, that zone is getting closer and closer. Rustamar right now with the dangerous one. And he finds the first one, but they get the kill on him. And right now, YMCA are tearing into their opponent. ENCE right now still haven't got the pickup on Tixu. One more down, I believe. And I think it's just Digri or it's actually just Skoikwa left.
They haven't been able to actually get any hard substantial trades. Kurti gets picked up once again. Digri finally finished off. Yeah, Sampula and the rest of his gang, they're in a world of pain. I think they're down to like just one man here in the smoke. Time is ticking. YMCA with a really nice recovery, up to 6 kills in total. And the only real big contender now coming up against them, it is going to be Tempus, who have 3 players left.
That is completely true. Right now, Skoikwa just wants to stay alive. And this was their chance, but they're getting eliminated here in 6th position against YMCA. And I gotta say, that was a fantastic fight from the Finns that we have, hoping would start stepping it up.
Yeah, I mean, when they got the first knock in, I mean, they've been looking at Clueless here as well. They noticed that they were rotating in on the road here. Oh, pretty almost gets the knock.
He doesn't have armor, by the way, so he's going to be a very quick target to kill.
Yeah, but they have the high ground. It's so hard to push onto that knock.
Purdy right now looking for the frag on Turbo, but can't find it. He's got to run before he dies, but that's a confirmed kill on Flamey. Purdy all alone right now, not a big threat. As long as you can keep Turbo Banani alive, that's completely fine, and they will be able to with Clueless now out in 5th. Tempus getting aggressive, but they got to watch out because right now, the thing for YMCA is that they need to start moving into Tempus, and look at that. They get Chrisika. That's a good one. Magebane now is the last snake alive, so to say. And he could be a bit of a wild card because we have 2 teams here with 3 in one, 4 in the other. So with his third team, last player, he could, find one and knock maybe on Turbo Banani, for instance.
Yeah, and it could, in the grand scheme of things, also become really significant, where he helps out one of either side to further alleviate some of that pressure. Especially so, if he gets a knock on YMCA, that's an equalizer. That brings it down to a 3 versus 3. Yeah. And obviously, they're going to keep a look at that kill feed. And if they see something like that go down, maybe that'll launch them into being a little bit more aggressive. But they are going to go for the first drop. Turbo Banani knocking down Wikibuki. This is a really good opportunity for them to start pushing now. They can capitalize because one disadvantage of playing one of these compounds, you have limited line of sight. So if they could do this correctly now, they have a little bit of an opportunity that I feel as if being a little bit too slow here. I would like to see them go aggressive.
I'm worried, though, for Tempus because they eventually had to leave this compound, and it feels like YMCA has set up for this. They get rid of Magebane as well. Now it's 4 on 3 if you can get Turbo Banani up, and that's a big if.
Oh, it certainly is. He's isolated over towards the top.
Oh, sorry, Wikibuki, but they did get him.
Yeah, they made that recovery. Kurti is going to be the one to go down there from Pixel. Tomil also finding another, but Tavu does trade in response. And that's a very kill. It's a very important one that he gets. So at this stage, I think it's a 2 versus 3. Yeah, Pixel, I mean, he's so far gone from this one, he's not going to be able to get picked up or anything. They just have to try to finish things now. And YMCA on 10 kills so far. This has been a very solid game from them overall.
Turbo Banana, though, with his northern position, this is the great flank that could make and change everything, really. So much smoke, though. No team can find the other. I think, actually, they will be able to get Pixel now because of the smoke.
Yeah, Pixel getting back up into this engagement is actually really important now because that equalizes things. 3 on 3, and we know how important he has been in terms of leading those fights, being the one to lead that charge.
Oh, Turbo! Right next to Tommel.
Yeah, Smoke is going to be fading anytime soon. Can he spot him? No!
Oh,
That's so quick!
First!
Pixel as well with a grenade coming on in.
It's only Tavo left. He's all alone against 2 right now, and that's it. It's going to be Tempus. It takes seconds only.